All right, so the colonists, known as the Puritans, came to New England in order to set up their version of the Anglican Church. So the Puritans, why they show up in New England is they wanted their own version of the Anglican Church. They didn't like the King's version. And so if you want to know some more about some Puritans, there you go. Oh wait, I got more. There's some more. Now, Puritans in England, they thought that the Anglican Church was too close to the Catholic Church. So that's one of the reasons they end up coming to the colonies later, is to set up their own purified version. They thought the Anglican Church was too close to the Catholic Church, so they wanted their own version. Remember that the Anglican Church and the Catholic Church, one of the really only differences is who's the head. The King's the head in the Anglican Church, the Pope's the head in the Catholic Church. Now, this Puritan challenge in England, before the Puritans come to the colonies, is seen as treason by the king. He's the head of the church. They're going against him. That's seen as treason. So the king starts laying the smack down on them. He starts persecuting them in the 1620s. So guess what? That gives the Puritans another reason to leave. So one of the reasons the Puritans left is because the king starts persecuting them in the 1620s. Now, in the 1620, the first Puritans land at Plymouth. Yes, these are the pilgrims you've all studied for a long, long time. And they wanted to party. They went there to party with some natives. Well, they didn't go there to party, but they end up partying with some natives. And they go aboard, of course, they go aboard the ship the Mayflower. Now, one of the things that you didn't get a lot of in elementary school is the fact that they really start self-government. They self-govern. They have a compact called the Mayflower Compact that sets up their self-government. And if you want to know some more about some pilgrims, there you go. Now, in 1630, John Winthrop said, "Let there be light," and he forms the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Massachusetts Bay Colony later becomes Boston. Now, one of the things about Massachusetts Bay is it sets up a two-house legislature, and it's the place that expands the Puritan settlements up and down the East Coast. So, John Winthrop, Massachusetts Bay, two-house legislature. Massachusetts Bay later becomes Boston. And if you want to know some more about some John Winthrop, there you go. Now, the Puritans, they came to New England to set up their ideal society. So do you think they're going to be really tolerant of other people? No. This includes executing anyone of a different Christian sect, anyone who was not a Puritan. And this is where the Salem witch trials come in. Many go out a little crispy in the Salem witch trials. Yes, they were burned at the stake. So the Puritans, they did not tolerate other people. They killed them, pretty much, and including the Salem witch trials, where they like to light people on fire. And here's a video to give you some more. Now, in 1631, Roger Williams comes to the Massachusetts Bay Colony. After coming in conflict with them over the closeness of the Anglican Church, he was banished from them. And so then he goes to Plymouth, and he comes in conflict with them over his opposition to the King's Charter. So nobody really liked Roger Williams. So guess what Roger Williams did? He said, "I'm going to leave, and I'm going to go set up my own colony." This is where Rhode Island comes in. So because Roger Williams, nobody really liked the guy, he goes and sets up Rhode Island. Dude could just not hang with anybody. And if you want to know more about some Roger Williams, there you go. Now, the Puritans saw the natives as savages, and they were just like the people of Jamestown. They saw the native land and said, we want that land to do some cropping. So the Puritans, they saw the natives as savages, and they wanted the native land to do some cropping. So by the 1630s, the Pequot and the Puritans, they go to war over some dead beavers. They go to war over the fur trade. And the Puritans virtually eliminated all of the Pequot. So the Puritans and the Pequot, they go to war over the fur trade. And the Puritans virtually eliminated all the Pequot.